Hi everyone, I'm Jen. Merging realities. This story I'm about to share is so metaphorical for what we're going through. And this was back when I was a young adult. I was attending a funeral for the death of a grandfather of my childhood friend. And her name's Tamara. And the only other American there was my friend's college roommate. Everyone else was Ukrainian. So when we were leaving the service and on our way to the burial site, we decided to carpool because we didn't know where we were going, and we just thought we should do this together. And what was funny is the other people did not know that we were part of them. Now, we're not part of the Ukrainian community, but we're at least part of them. For the funeral, at least, they wouldn't even let us line up our vehicle with theirs. And here in the United States, I don't know if it's an international thing, but the what people do is they gather up. I saw some orbs. They gather up and behind the hearse, the vehicle that's carrying the body, and then everyone turns their headlights on and everyone keeps their flashers on, and then people can just stay in that line and stay together as a line, even if there's a red light, they're allowed to go through and whatever. And so they wouldn't even let us be part of that because they didn't realize that we were with them. And then, so we just kept playing catch up to them. And then sometimes we'd overshoot them. They would not let us merge into their line of funeral cars. So it was frustrating, but then it was funny. And, but then what made it so silly and comical was when the line was merging onto a highway. And, that gets a little tricky because usually other vehicles are respectful and let the line stay together, but this is the highway, so you're going to end up merging with people. But you can usually tell them apart because they don't have their headlights and flashers on. Except this time, there was a secondary line of funeral cars with flashers on and I'm sorry, it was so funny. Flashers on and the headlights on. And so we were literally two funeral lines of cars merging with each other onto one highway lane, and we didn't know. The friend that I was carpooling with, we didn't even know if we were, like, when they started splitting off again, we thought, oh my gosh, which way do we turn? Do we stay straight or do we pull off with the ones? And we ended up making the correct decision. We stayed with the correct lane. We ended up at the proper burial site, and it was funny because all of the people then apologized to us for having, they apologized. That was sweet, but the whole thing was in Ukrainian. The roommate and I didn't know what was going on, but we were there. It was nice and everything. And but what's funny is this woman came up to us afterwards, and she recognized us as being the only American speaking ones, and she asked why was the whole funeral in Latin. And the poor sweetie, she was from the secondary funeral line and ended up in a whole new world. Anyhow, it's funny, right? It's frustrating, it's funny. We don't know what's happening when we're unexpectedly merging, and we don't know what's happening when we're having to split up. So all we can do is enjoy this crazy ride and be there for each other, no matter which line of cars you're with. I love you all. I really love you all.